No, Nancy, I'm sorry, I can't. No, I can't do any socializing for about 10 days. Patients to finish up, and, well, as soon as the contract is signed, I'll make it up to you. Huh? That's a promise. Yeah, bye. Well, hi. You home so soon?
Oh, dear me. Listen, sir.
How was school?
Like always. Except we had art. We drew trees and flowers. Michelle?
Ah, well, that's very good, very good. Where's yours, Jody? Oh, I see. You work together, huh?
I'm good at flowers. I'm good at trees.
Well, it was nothing like teamwork.
Mr. Davis is very busy, so off you go.
We're going to the moon. Mrs. Cissy has friends there.
Well, be back in time for dinner, will you?
Oh, Mrs. Brown, the vice principal, gave me this for you.
Mr. Davis, Jody, earliest convenience tomorrow morning.
Could I be of some assistance, sir?
No.
Twins seem to be very satisfied with PS 724.
Well, maybe PS 724 isn't set.
Wonderful children, Mr. Davis. Imaginative in their responses. They're well-disciplined and courteous. But they are completely dependent on each other.
You see, they were separated for about a year after their parents died. That was before they came to stay with me. So I guess they're just each other. It seems natural to me.
They're constantly together, Mr. Davis. At lunch hour, recess, they haven't made any friends. She says that the same thing holds true in the classroom. If Buffy's called on to recite, why, Jody helps her, and vice versa.
Well,
That's up to you. I thought we should bring the matter to your attention. If you share our concern, we can see that the twins are separate. That would be different lunch hours and recesses.
Well, Mrs. Brown, I appreciate your concern, but I've had about enough shocks. So, if you don't mind, I think we'll just slow and easy with them for a while. See, for a guy like me with no experience at all, I have to kind of play it by ear.
Think it over, Mr. Davis. And if you...
Surely. Well, why shouldn't Jody and Buffy depend on each other, huh?
Is that a rhetorical question, sir?
Did we bring those two kids?
No, sir.
All right. They're smart, they're disciplined, they're courteous.
Yes, sir.
And they've got a perfectly healthy relationship, and it's ridiculous, Mrs. Brown. That's the way I feel.
Bravo, sir.
But what do I know about kids?
Some of us have greatness thrust upon us, sir. In our case, it was parenthood.
Yeah, I make a mistake now, and those kids pay for it later.
Well, in the question of child psychology, sir, I suggest one should turn to the expert. There are child psychologists, just as there are, I believe, dog psychologists.
The ball kids wouldn't come down out of a tree.
Very good, sir.
Who said?
Well, sir,
I look it up. Oh, they've been challenged and insecure for a long time. What's the matter with them turning to each other?
Sooner or later, they have to cope. That moment is delayed. The more critical, the more painful that adjustment will be.
Well, they sure seem to be happy.
The comfortable way, nothing. To enjoy their present happiness, let them enjoy it, refuse to face the future consequences. Always do the comfortable thing.
Yeah, I'm beginning to find that out. All right, you think they should be separated, huh?
Yes, I do. Separation at school is only part of it. You have to help them develop their own individual interests. Perhaps dancing, sports, for Jody.
Okay, Doctor. You're the expert. I'm the amateur. So I'll call Mrs. Brown. Hi.
Hi,
Well, who's winning?
Bill. They are.
Oh, 2 against 1, huh?
I mean,
Oh, I see. Listen, I got a surprise for you, too.
chocolate cake with marshmallows?
School. I had a little talk with Mrs. Brown, see, and we decided that starting tomorrow, you're going to be in first grade. because this way, you see, you'll meet twice friends and you'll have twice as much fun.
Uncle Bill, do we have to have this surprise?
Now, it's all arranged, and it's going to start in the morning for dinner.
It doesn't sound like a surprise to me. You get surprises when you've been good. You get when you've been bad.
Hello, Jody.
Good morning, Mrs. Brown.
Would you like to play with some of the other boys?
I'm up in the sky in my spaceship.
Oh, I see. Well, perhaps after the splashdown, you'll...
I'm not coming down till I run out of oxygen.
Oh.
Good morning.
Would you like to play hopscotch with some of the girls?
I'd like to,
Good.
but I can't.
You're up in a spaceship.
No, Mrs. Brown. I'm on the ground, but I got to stand. Hi.
Hi. Well, how'd it go today? Meet a lot of new kids?
Doc. 8 kids in our class have the measles.
He means measles, sir.
That's what I said. Measles.
Come along, Jody. Mr. Davis is very busy. And as for you, young lady, we must run along. We don't want to be late for our first class.
Uncle Bill, do I have to go to dancing school?
Most little girls like to go.
Yes, dancing is you in erect carriage, poise, and grace of movement.
Why can't Jody go with me?
Oh, we'll find other suitable masculine things for Jody to do. Now, come along, Buffy. We have to fit you with leotards and stuff. Come on.
By any chance want to go to the park and play a game of catch?
You and me?
Yep.
Sure.
Can wait. Oh, I've got to go back to the office for a while, French. You better not wait dinner.
Oh, very good, sir.
What do we got here?
Master Adams and his family reside in this building, sir.
Perfect. You guys meet at school?
I give him.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna get my turtle. Then we'll go play zoo. I got 2 hamsters and a lizard.
Well, it seems to be working. I guess Mrs. Brown was right. He's, relating, huh?
So it seems, sir, but,
Oh, well, she'll find her own friends, too. Just give her time.
Bye, Uncle Bill.
Hi. Where's Jody and Cissy?
Cissy requested permission to go to an eatery with the unlikely name of the Gourmet Ham. Has been asked to dine with Master Pete.
Oh, you and Mrs. Beasley have French all to yourselves, huh?
Yes, sir.
No, thanks, French. I had a sandwich at the office. I'll just sit here with Buffy till she finishes.
I'm finished.
We seem to...
Don't you feel well?
Yes, sir. Hi, I'm
Hi.
back.
You have a good...
You know something? Pigs watch TV while he eats, and he gets dessert, even if he doesn't finish his vegetables.
Well, you're gonna have...
They got fun in the country. Pete's mother asked me if I could go with.
This weekend?
I said I'd have to ask you if I could go.
Well, you want to go?
Not if you don't want me to.
For you. I'll call up Pete's mother and see when you're going and what you have to take along.
Mr. French, how long is the weekend?
From Friday to Monday.
Excuse me, Uncle Bill?
Yeah, what is it, huh?
It's Buffy. She's just... When I try to talk to her, she says she's gone to the moon for the weekend.
It's their imagination.
She misses Joe.
But right now they've got to find different friends and go their separate ways.
They're only 6, Uncle Bill.
I know how old will know a lot more about what's good for kids than I do. Tell me that now is the time, so I've got to go along with the opinion of experts.
I'd like to stay with Buffy, but I just don't dig this geometry. And Helen Marie promised to put me with it if I'd come over.
Okay, you go get with it. Now, don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Buffy, aren't there any little girls from your class that live?
I don't know, Uncle Bill.
How can it be right when I feel it's so wrong?
Beg
Huh?
pardon, sir?
She's just as plain as Scotty here.
Yes, so it seems, sir.
These kids have had to make too many adjustments too fast.
Oh, I don't know, sir. I think that when...
How's she going to find a friend when she's up on the moon?
I don't know, sir.
Well, we have to find a friend for her.
Perhaps I could canvass the various nannies, sir, and ascertain just who is available.
All right, you do that. Meanwhile, I'll take her out on a Playmates. Excuse us. Nice day.
Isn't it?
You must be about the same age.
Laura Ruth is 6.
6? Laura Ruth and you are the same age. Isn't that nice? I bet you and Laura Ruth could have a lot of fun playing a game of tag.
Anita, here we are.
We're going to take the girls. Come on, Laura Ruth.
It's
Simon says stoop. Dad! You're out.
You got room for another player?
You're too big, mister.
No, I don't mean me. Okay?
Okay, you do whatever Simon says. If you do something he doesn't say, you're out. Simon says hop. Simon squats. You're out.
What happened?
Simon didn't say.
Buffy, would you like to have a soda and a matinee, too?
Okay, Uncle. Hi, Uncle Bill.
How was Connecticut?
Yeah.
Have a good time?
Pete got poison ivy, but I didn't.
It was very complimentary, sir. She invited Jody to accompany them again next weekend.
But I don't have to go.
No, not if you don't want to.
Good.
Mrs. Adams, also uncharacteristic about Jody. He was extremely quiet and had very little appetite.
Hi. It's pretty. I found it in the country. You could keep it. You said you weren't coming down till Tuesday. We have to go to school tomorrow. Or me neither. But we have to go. Everybody does.
Excuse me, sir. I would only intrude like this in an extreme emergency, but I'm afraid this qualifies.
What kind of an emergency?
We appear to have an epidemic, sir.
Epidemic?
Of measles.
How do you feel? You don't seem to have any fever.
We will, pretty soon.
It hit you both at the same time like that. Gee, maybe we ought to call a doctor.
Oh, no, we don't need a doctor. We're just at home and get well.
Well, I know a real good home remedy. Instant health. Now, that's a very artistic job.
I did Jody. I did Buffy.
Well, maybe I can tell you. So this way you could stay home and be together, huh?
Now I guess you're mad at us.
Mad at anybody. Now, wash the rest of that off, and I'm going to get you back to school and see that you're in the same class.
Over?
It is for you, too. But we've got one left for Mrs. Brown. The epidemic is under control.
Synthetic measles, eh, sir?
Yep. After this, we're going to stick to our own edge on those experts. We love those kids. And that makes a difference.
Bend down a little, Uncle Bill. Put your foot up. Higher.
What's that? Oh, we got it. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Buffy. Real beauty.
You know, the gardener.
What's that, Jody?
Bubble gum. Enough for both of you.
Thank you, sir. Now, a guy never knows when he's...
Oh, you guys get ready for bed now.
Good night, Uncle Bill. Good night, Uncle Bill.
Good night, kids. Best part of the service.
I think we have a good chance to get the bid. Phil, I hate to admit it, but you're a genius.
Louise Marshall. We'll send her right in. Yeah. Head job.
I'm going.
I haven't seen her.
Date her at the reunion.
Hey. How are you? Hey, thanks for in South America. Well, how long are you going to be in town?
I don't know. But look, I'm staying at the Parkside Hotel. So why don't you call me whenever it's convenient?
About lunch, right? I'm never too busy for that. Well, we're having lunch. We can talk about what we're going to do for dinner, okay?
Surprise!
Hi.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
Sorry, sir. We tried to tell them that one should wait until one has been announced.
Then we wouldn't have been a surprise.
That's right. She's got a point. The children and commandos.
Hello, Reg. How are you?
Why, Miss Marshall, how nice to see you again.
And nice to see you.
Is she an engineer?
Oh, honey, she's a good friend of mine. Louise, this is my niece, Buffy.
How do you do, Buffy?
And that's Jody, my nephew, Miss Marshall.
I thought you were too pretty to be an engineer.
Oh, thank you, Buffy, and you're very pretty, too. Are you visiting your Uncle Bill?
With him. So does Cissy.
Who's Cissy?
Our big sister. She's a good
Playing at lunch.
I'm sorry, sir, for the interruption, but we required some decisions.
We're going shopping.
Yes, sir. Would only pairs of shoes shall I have made for the children?
French, you don't have shoes made for children.
You don't?
No, your shoes for them, they've outgrown them.
Yes, I see what you mean. Very well, children. Go. Wait a minute.
Whoa, here.
Is this father image good old Bill Davis?
Side of me.
Sounds as though the twins more or less adopted you.
Well, they did. Sort of, one at a time. First thing I knew, they had me surrounded.
Way to get out of this.
Well, I wasn't any too crazy about the idea at first, I'll tell you that. The French was appalled.
Now, they must have been hard to resist.
Oh, Cissy's a sweetheart, too. But you meet her.
I'm counting on a way that I can help with the children.
Oh, you sure could. Having a woman around for a little while would be real good for those kids. Especially, I think Cissy really needs that mother image stuff, you know.
Let's just call it a female friend image.
Okay. Just save some time for me.
Hi. Do I know you? Well, not really. We both live here.
Oh. Move here from out of town?
How did you know?
Well, no. Unless, of course, you've been introduced.
Oh, sorry.
No law against it. Hi.
Cissy Davis,
Sharon James, apartment 12B.
27A, with my Uncle Bill, Bill Davis. He's a bachelor.
I live with my father.
Between mothers?
Number 3 moved out last month.
3 mothers? Really?
3 in a row.
Are you taking chemistry 2B?
So am I. Don't tell me you understand it.
I practically speak.
You and I are going to be good friends. You can teach me chemistry, and I can teach you about life.
Good evening, French.
Good evening, Miss Marshall.
I was going to wait for Mr. Davis to come by for me, and I started thinking about his new family. I thought of some friends.
Oh, excuse me. I was expecting a friend of mine.
Sissy,
Oh, yes.
this is for you.
Somebody say present.
Jody.
Miss Marshall.
I'm Buffy, and that's for you.
Thank you, Miss Marshall.
Miss, I'll tell Mr. Davis you're here.
You know, you're on...
Oh, well, I'm happy to meet you. Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hi, I was just coming to get you.
I just had to come by and...
Davis,
Yeah.
I'm Sharon, Cissy's friend.
Well, hi, Sharon. Oh, this is Miss Marshall. Cissy's waiting for you in her room, right around the corner. Have fun. Is that what you intended?
Not exactly. I must have been...
Hoping you would say that. Wanna put Mrs. Beasley to bed?
Mrs. Beasley?
Mrs. Beasley is her best friend and most intimate doll.
Come to bed.
No, thanks, Cissy. Miss Marshall's gonna tuck me and Mrs. Beasley in.
Okay. Sharon, we can study. Good night, Buffy. See you later, Miss Marshall.
Good night, Cissy.
Sissy?
Mrs. Beasley.
She has to, so she can see what she's dreaming about. Good night, Miss Marshall. Miss Marshall! Mrs. Beasley says good night, too.
All set?
Love you. Night, Sharon.
Night, Sissy. Night, Louise.
Night, kids.
Night, Uncle Bill.
Please, Cissy, call me Louise. Cissy, I've been through this I love children bit 3 times. I can tell you the next move.
Don't bother. I'm not interested.
She'll stop by very soon and find some excuse to take the twins out. You watch.
Boy, am I drained. A solid hour quiz on Shakespeare. Hamlet.
The Bard of Avon at Lake City. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, most excellent fancy.
Tess instead of me. I guess it's time to take over the twins, Mr. Finch. I thought today that we'd exchange Jody's shoes.
Well, it won't be necessary. We've been relieved. Miss Marshall.
Miss Marshall?
I mentioned Master Jody's oversized footwear.
She just moved in.
She's the most thoughtful and accommodating person. Lady of quality.
I'll bet. How long has that...
Yes, but we had no idea she was so fond of children.
Maybe it's an acquired taste. French, I'll go find Sharon. Bye.
Goodbye.
Find you here. Hi. Sharon You were right. Absolutely right. She's out with Buffy and Jody.
Cissy, I told you. I'm a veteran. You're next.
Me?
She will invite Cissy Davis to go shopping. Maybe lunch. You know, just one of the girls.
I'm still not admitting you are. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad for Uncle Bill. He's been a bachelor for a long time.
Maybe so. Kids would be better off with a mother. But as soon as that ceremony's over, wham, out you go.
Uncle Bill wouldn't let her.
Sissy, he won't intend to. But she'll keep pecking away at him until she wears down his resistance. I've been sent away to Europe and off to... As soon as my father introduces me to his new girlfriend, I start packing.
I couldn't let that happen to Buffy and Jody.
Well, don't look at me. If I knew how to stop it, I wouldn't have had 3 mothers. Oh, that's my boyfriend. I gotta go. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hi, Uncle Bill. You're home.
Us. And it's awful quiet around here. Where's Jody and Buffy?
They're out with Miss Marshall. They took Jody's shoes back.
Say, I hope you can spend some time with her once you get to know each other.
Well, I'm sure we will.
That's good.
And Louise asked the man to give me another balloon. And he
It was
did.
a nice balloon while it lasted.
And then we went rowing in Central Park.
Well, and now off to bathe.
Do we have to wash our legs too? We hung them off the ball. Goodbye,
Goodbye,
Louise.
Jody. Goodbye, Buffy. Have a good bath.
Hello, Miss Marshall.
Louise. Remember?
Louise.
Go shopping tomorrow.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, I'm sorry, Uncle Bill. Louise, I'm...
All right, we'll do it some other time.
Of course. Excuse me.
We're gonna help you, Uncle Bill.
Very nice of you.
You take care of him.
Now, is there any special reason why you're taking such good care of me tonight?
It seemed like a good idea to start.
I see. Any special favors you had in mind?
No, we're just being nice.
Okay, then I can relax and enjoy it.
Uncle Bill, put your foot up. Higher.
What's that? Oh, we got a regular assembly line going. Oh, thank you, Buffy. Real beauty.
I got it free. I know the guy. Bubble gum. Enough for both of you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Now, a guy never knows when he's going to need some bubble gum.
That's all.
Good night, Uncle Bill. Good night, Uncle Bill.
Good night, kids. Best part of the service. Thank you.
I straightened up your desk. Don't worry, I didn't throw anything away. If I can answer any of those notes and letters for you...
Cissy.
Hang on. Well, Uncle Bill, you said that everyone in a family has certain responsibilities. Well,
You sure are.
the way I figure, if everyone does his part, it can be perfect. You look after us, and we'll look at anything.
Well, honey, I'm not thinking of changing anything. Now, at most, sometime, we might add on.
Add on?
Yeah, you know, a wife for me, a mother for you kids, so we'd have a real family life.
Oh. Well, excuse me, Uncle Bill. I better see if Buffy and Jody are in bed. Have a nice time.
Did we do good, Cissy? Uncle Bill looked real good when we polished him up. I wonder how Uncle Bill ever got along before we came.
He managed. He had Mr. French.
Let's have kids running around and yelling, too.
Buffy, we're...
Yes?
If something happens, and if it doesn't work out for us to stay here,
It's It's working out fine. Uncle Bill needs...
I know. Buffy, I just don't know how to tell you this. I just don't want it to happen all of a sudden. Not again.
Yeah? You mean like the other time? I want to stay here. What are you girls talking about?
Oh, nothing, Jody. Go back to bed.
Buffy Ling. It was something, Jody. Sissy's afraid we'll get too happy. Hey, it'll be as bad as the other time. Go away? Who says?
What's the matter? Buffy? Heavens, you two? Miss Cissy! Miss Cissy! Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but the situation... The twins are now in Buffy's room, weeping uncontrollably, and Cissy's in the den crying.
Here, excuse me.
Cissy, we're at dinner. Something's going on around here. What is it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why don't we talk it over? Woman to woman.
Are you going to tell me about it? Huh? Buffy?
Don't worry. I'm old enough to get along no matter what. Miss Marshall, please. It's so somewhere, to somebody. Please, let them stay here with Uncle Bill.
Oh,
How can I fix things up if I don't know what to fix? Sissy in there?
yes, she is.
Somebody's going to tell me what's going on around
I
here.
can. Cissy is afraid that I'm trying to trap you into some kind of marriage.
What? What?
And then I'm going to turn into some sort of monster and send her and the twins away someplace back to Terre Haute.
Where'd you get an idea like that?
Our friend Sharon is married. He shipped Sharon off someplace. He's been warned, Cissy.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's get the twins calmed down first. All right, you two. Now cut it out. Come on, knock it off, I said. Now, nobody's sending you back to Terre Haute. Hey, you're here with me, and you're going to stay right here with me. Hear what Cissy said, honey? Now, nobody's going anywhere. You're stuck with me.
And you're stuck.
Yeah, we're stuck with each other. Now, you go to sleep. Come on, off to bed.
Here we go.
Buzz your nose.
Please. We just didn't like leaving Uncle Bill.
Sit down, Cissy. I understand you and me married, all right? Well, you're wrong. I like her a lot, but we're friends, see? Well, she was married to a friend of mine, and he got killed in Korea about 3 feet from where I was standing. And I mean, with courage, it's something I admire, you see? So we're friends, that's all, nothing more. Now, maybe I will get married someday. Please, but not now, later. If I do get married, I'll make certain promises to her, see? And I'll keep them. Doesn't mean that I'm going to forget about the promises that I made to you and to the little kids, you understand? I said, I'm not ever going to let you down. You got that through your head?
I don't know what to say.
Quit crying. You're going to get me all waterlogged. Besides, I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I spoiled your dinner.
You sure? Come on. Get friends to improvise something for the three of us. You and me and Louise.
Can we come Uncle Bill's walking around in there. Yeah, he sits down and gets up and sits down in John. Only there's nobody in there to yell at.
Your Uncle Bill's just getting restless.
It's when you're in school and you think recess is never going to get there.
Precisely. And then 2 children come charging into my kitchen, asking non-sequitur questions during my preparation of crepe Suzette.
Oh.
Ranch? What time will dinner be ready?
Oh, do you...
No, I just thought I'd... Well, never mind.
I think we better go somewhere else. Everybody's restless.
Now, I hate to throw quotes after a person. However, you said, and I quote, I think it would be a good idea if I spent 3 months or so here in the office. Up in the field, if I know what the problems are here at home. And you also said...
I know what I said, and I was wrong. I stay around here another... What about that Great Valley job in Kuala Lumpur? When's that start?
After the rains. You know, you better face it right now.
Yeah?
There's a man out here who says to tell you bare feet make the best shoes. He said you'd...
Time for practical jokes now.
Why don't you go upstate and dig a trench in a vacant lot if you're so restless? Or... That blood that doesn't care much what's going on.
Dave McCovey. Hey, Miss West, did you let that man get away? The one that said the thing about the bare feet making the best shoes?
Dave McCovey, that easy. Billy boy, how are you? What do you say, Valley?
What's that?
Well, it's a couple of mashed potatoes here and there. You look the same.
You don't know how right you are there. Well, what are you doing? You got any plans?
Real loose. But there is one thing I want to talk to you. Well, I'm building a pipeline and I'm having trouble.
Where you building it?
Mexico, Yucatan, about 200 miles south of a place called Puerto...
I see you don't need that many men down in that gorge. You can put some of them up on the ridge.
Right? You still have the right touch, Bill. With this job.
Well, now, you go around that shale, see? You go around it. Take care of all your big problems.
I guess we're beginning to see daylight. Now, come on, Mrs. Stink. For 3 weeks. Want a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, stabilization has finally found us. That's nothing. Contract. Bills, don't need that. Here's something in pretty perfect.
Kids.
You know, I like your attitude about your family. You love them, but you don't get tied down. You let friends... It's not bad news, is it?
Jody's turtle died. They quit walking or swimming or eating. French says he's dead. I cried. Buffy. P.S. He did too, Buffy. We like it better when you're here with us. Love.
That's a great letter. Now, if the shale extends through here, we're gonna have...
I guess Cissy must have helped him with the spelling.
Yeah, well, she's a big girl. Now, what I want to know is, are we gonna have to take... Tests? Are we gonna have to take tests?
Yeah, we're gonna have to make tests. Now, we can't be sure of anything till we check it out, so,
Look, I have an idea. Why don't you call the kids? 15 cents in stamps. Hello. We want to talk to New York City.
Davis residence? Mr. Davis, sir. How splendid that you should call.
well, I got the kids like you all are.
Oh, we're proceeding well, sir. You, of course, were told of the demise of Alexander. Yes, considerable pomp at the foot of the potted palm.
Well, you tell the kids I'll get them another turtle when I come home. How's her?
Bed with a cold, sir.
She's in bed.
Oh, yes, sir, but nothing to be alarmed about. A simple head cold. She'll be back in school tomorrow. The doctor suggested it.
You had to call a doctor?
Just a simple precaution, sir. Cissy's fine. Yes, sir, and the twins are still in school. Projects are quite secure in the knowledge that I'll be looking after the children and all their wants.
Well, just give him my love then and tell him I'll be back. Right. Bye-bye.
Okay?
Okay. Now, as they say, we gotta run these.
How come you're going to stand so?
Because girls visit each other when they get older.
How long is older?
When you're my age. Where's Mr. French? Well, he knows I'm going to stay with Kathy for a few days. He knows the number. So I may as well go ahead. Bye-bye, Buff.
Is it okay if I write?
Oh, sure. But be sure to have Mr. French correct the spelling. Bye-bye, Buffy.
Goodbye, Cissy.
The mail?
No. Judy?
Yeah, every other day. Just, he could... I don't think the telephone lines are out, just the roads.
I'm gonna call home anyway. I'm gonna find out if Sissy's okay.
Wait for 5 minutes when he had malaria?
Hello?
That you, Buffy?
He's on the other phone.
Good. How's Sissy?
She's okay.
Oh, fine. Everything going all right? That's good. How's French?
He's okay, except we think he has the fly. The flu. Yeah, only it's all right, because we're taking care of him. So he'll get over being sick.
You get Sissy on the phone, you hear? Quick.
Don't worry, Uncle Bill. We gotta go now. Yeah, we gotta make Mr. French some tea. Only if we can.
No, you kids stay away from there. Hello? Hello? Buffy?
Mr. French is an omelet. Okay, I gotta go stick this on his head.
I know you meant well, but rags on a chap when he's down. I mean, that's not cricket, you know.
It's for your fever. They use it on television.
I don't have a fever. I indicated the same to the doctor on the telephone, and he suggested 2 aspirin at intervals and complete.
Want me to read you a bedtime story?
No, Jody, no, thank you. I just like...
Okay.
Said I don't get into any mischief because I have absolutely no desire to get up. Now, will you go?
Hello? Yeah, he's here. Just a minute. Here.
Hello? Hello, Jody?
Uncle Bill, want me to call Buffy?
Jody, now you listen to me, son. I want you to call French to the phone.
Son, get up.
He can't get up. Jody? Jody!
Where are you going in the storm? Out. You won't get as far as the river. What did Jody have to say?
French is sick. He must be pretty bad off because he...
Say, wait a minute. I'll go with you.
Uncle Bill is just on the phone. Can Mr. French? Yeah, only he keeps hanging up. The big hand is on the 5, and the little hand is on the 6. Is there such a thing as 56 o'clock?
No, Jody. Oh, by George, I seem to be myself again. Buffy.
What am I making for you? She's gotta have your permission to turn on the stove.
just the same, Jody.
Shall I cook the omelet, Mr. French?
I have a better idea, Buffy. A restaurant across the street. Why don't we eat out tonight?
Hey!
Where are you going?
We're going to the refrigerator in case you get hungry during the night.
Imagination's a weird thing. Get two guys and a remote, World War III started.
Right.
If you were smart, you'd stay away from the telephone and get a night's rest.
Right.
But you're not going to be smart.
Shall we leave Cissy alone?
Oh, there's no need. She won't be home till tomorrow evening. So long.
No answer.
What do you mean, no answer? The guy's sick. He couldn't very well...
Couldn't very well what?
Well, I mean, if he was sick, he couldn't very well get up and walk out, could he? Why didn't the kids answer?
Well, the kids couldn't answer if they weren't there. If they're not there, they're probably at the neighbors. That is,
Hey, who came and got French?
ambulance, maybe?
I had a different picture.
What?
Are you sure you got the right number?
Rang?
Yeah, it rang, but it might have been ringing in Paris for all you know. Try it again. Heard one ring, you heard them all. But you said the one you got a wrong number.
Thanks for walking me to the door, Scotty. I'll be okay now. Buffy?
Cissy, is that you?
See, now you can relax.
Yes, Uncle Bill. I just came into the apartment. Where is everybody?
And you tell me where everybody is.
I don't know. I walked in and the place is deserted.
Are you sure?
Hey,
Nobody home?
She doesn't think so.
I looked every place, Uncle Bill. There's no nothing.
Now, Cissy, you just take it easy. Take it easy. Cissy. Cissy.
Gone dead? Well, she didn't find any bodies around, so that rules out. Right. So that gets that out of the way. So what's left? Now, nobody's going to walk in and kidnap a sick man and two small children. So that leaves, we won't have to cross the river. It's longer, but I'll get my head.
This is my problem. You stay here. I want you right here by the phone in case they try to get through again.
Come on, children.
Can we go walk in the rain, Mr. French?
What? Most assuredly not.
Hey, there's Cissy.
What are you doing here, child?
Oh, I phoned home and didn't get any answer. I was worried.
Uncle Bill's been calling us on the phone.
And but we were cut off.
Yeah, every time he calls, that happens.
Mr. Davis has been calling you children?
He sounds nervous.
What have you told him?
He said you were awful sick.
Oh, good heavens, man. Why, he must be laboring under a profound misapprehension.
Hey, storm's letting up. The foreman says we can get to Puerto Verde in the truck.
Right.
Hello. Oh. Yeah? Yeah, I'll take the call, sure.
You see, now you can get the whole...
French? That you?
Oh, most assuredly, sir.
Hey, should we close him?
Well, of course, close them. Oh, them.
Me? Somebody take the Ming vase?
Seem to be having a storm here of hurricane proportions, sir.
Hey, French, how about the kids? How about the kids, French? I'm dead on there, Ed.
Yeah, at least you know French is okay. All that worrying for nothing.
Right?
What was that stuff about a hurricane?
He said they were having a storm. I'll be safe in the apartment. Don't steal a vase.
Somebody stole... Oh, it doesn't matter. Whoever stole it must have left a long time ago.
Only with the burglar was still in the apartment. Except why would he call me way down here, huh?
Why not? He probably wanted to tell you about the... I'll get the truck.
Children. Now, tell me, do we have all ours?
Have we, Cissy? Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I see you're all fine.
Did we have some doubts, sir?
So,
Boy, Uncle Bill, am I glad thanks for a subject for my next composition. And Mr. French thinks that the ramifications of language due to the conquest would be nice. Now, long hair and man.
Cissy, I got the perfect subject for an essay. Imagination.
Imagination? Like that.
When you come home tonight, I'll give you a couple of good examples.
Goodbye, Uncle Bill. Bye, Uncle Bill. Goodbye, Buffy. Goodbye, Jody. Write to me. Okay, very good. That's all right. I don't read very good. That was good.
No.
But you hit the ball.
Oh, excuse me, sir. May we suggest that you try bending the knee?
One. Mm-hmm. Like that?
That's right, sir.
Hello, Uncle Bill. I can take...
See you in a long
Bye.
time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Davis, just one moment, please. Long distance for you, sir.
You try it. Probably. Yeah. Well, how's our bid look on that stadium job? Well, we just have to shave it down. Okay, I'll get right over to the office, right? Just keep calm. Bye. Well, that takes care of that. You come on?
Yes, sir.
Hey. Well, that's okay, Jody. It was an accident. You got a better swing than I had.
Sorry, Mr. French. I'll clean up the mess.
It's an excellent suggestion. I'd even help.
You don't have to be nice.
Intent is to protect the rest of the furniture.
Hello, Senor French. I see you bring the little one, huh? What can I do for you, Senor French?
Signor Riccardi, I need stracciatelli, filetti di meluso al fiorentina e pomodoro insalata, per piacere.
For a Oh, that's my Peppino again. You come in here. Oh, that's the boy. You're going to drive me out of my mind or something, Dave. He's the one to play the baseball. Play the baseball. Play the baseball. I'm kidding with the baseball. Peppino, you're a very bad boy. You have no respect for people's property.
No, Papa.
That's the second window you broke this week. Now you go back in the...
Hi, Jody. Hi, Peppino.
That's a kid of mine. He's really something.
He just broke your window.
Is that a window? Any boy can hit a big window. My Peppino. Maybe someday he'll be Papa very proud.
Mr. Riccardi, can I ask you something?
Sure, Joe.
Peppino, then how come you stopped him?
Because I want him to grow up to respect others. He will not have respect. I love my boy. So I punish him.
Papa?
You thought enough about breaking things?
Yes, Papa.
Pawn this one over. Good boy.
Papa, can me and Jody play in the storeroom?
Sure. I got a lot of things to get for Mr. French.
Come on, Jody. Okay. Mr. French, I won't break anything.
Go.
Peppino, wait for me! Neat the way your papa socked you. What's so neat? It means he loves you. Who says? Your papa? Love me. How come? He never socks me when I do something bad. Today I broke a big glass thing. Boy, all he did is kind of smile. Once I couldn't watch Captain Hippopotamus for 2 hours. Boy, your papa sure loves you.
Jody?
Coming, Mr. French. I wish I could get off to sock me. Why don't you ask? Don't count if you have to ask. I can ask. Nope, it's gotta be for real. Why don't you give away Uncle Bill's ski sweater? That's his favorite. Who could I give it to? It's pretty big. He's big. Thanks, Buffy. You're a pal. Too bad it will never sock me. When he socks me, half of it will be yours. Hi, Scotty.
Oh, hi, Jody. What have you got there? I don't ski.
My Uncle Bill says you must get awful cold standing outside.
Your Uncle Bill's a good guy. I'll call him up and thank him.
He's not home. Just remember to thank him when he gets... It's the most important part. Mr. French, how soon will Uncle Bill be home?
Presently.
Mr. French, is it fun playing chess by mail?
By George, I do believe that Mr. Mitford of London has given me an opening at last.
Good evening, Mr. Davis.
Hello, Scotty.
And thanks, sir. That sweater you gave me is very nice. See? When Jody gave it to me, I told him your Uncle Bill's a good guy, and I mean it.
Jody. Well, that's all right, Scotty. I'm glad you like it.
Now, don't send Jody down with any skis, sir. I'll buy my own.
I might just mention it to Jody.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
Hi, Jody. Hello, Buffy.
Did you see Scotty?
Mm-hmm. I see you gave him one of my sweaters. Jody?
Yes, Uncle Bill?
There's impulse that made you give Scotty that sweater. There's not much of that left in the world today, and I'm very proud of you. One more thing.
What?
Next time, ask me.
Boy, if I did something like that, I'd get socked. Even if the sweater had holes in it. Sure, because your dad loves you. Father Man, and let him sock you. It won't count. Hey, I know. Why don't you play hooky? That's a bad thing. We can hide out in my clubhouse. We? You're gonna play hooky with me? We are pals. Bye. Suppose the teacher don't notice me and Peppino. I'll get you in terrible trouble with Uncle Bill.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but Jody's school just called. Yeah, he didn't report back to his room after lunch.
You heard from him?
Teacher, he's deliberately playing hooky.
You got any idea where he'd be?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. A friend of his named Peppino is at the latter's clubhouse, sir.
Well, get over there and take a look, will you? And then call me right back.
Yes, sir. Oh, good evening, sir.
Where is he?
Now, in his room, sir, waiting to be punished.
Another move from Mitford?
Yes, sir. You know, sir, I've been mulling over my counter move for 7 long months. I have him trapped. A bath, sir?
Oh, yeah, man. As soon as I get through talking to Jody. Hi, Jody.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
Wow, what you building there? Pretty fancy. See, you need some more support, see?
I played hooky.
Oh, I heard. How come?
Just felt like it. It's me real bad. My favorite TV program is Captain Hippopotamus.
Yeah. Is it you better go on and look at it. I don't want to keep you.
Uncle Bill, you're not even gonna
Suck you.
But playing hooky is bad.
Sure, it's bad. I got real upset when French told me about that.
Real upset?
And then I remembered that when I was a little boy, I played hooky too one time. And I didn't have any excuse either. I just felt like it. Just don't do it again, see?
Morning, sir. May we have a word with you, sir?
Sure, why not?
Well, someone, sir, has absolutely demolished...
Any idea who?
Oh, yes, sir. A child approximately 6 years of age.
Ah, Jody or Buffy. A man is innocent until proven guilty.
You wanted to see me, Uncle Bill? Yes, sir. About messing up Mr. French's chess game. I did it.
No, stay, French.
I just did, that's all.
You realize that's a pretty rotten thing to do.
Real rotten.
Of course, on the other hand, it was a very fine thing of you to come in here and accept sole responsibility.
You mean I'm not gonna get socked?
What do you think, French?
Rearranging the board, sir, I'll simply write Mr. Mitford and duplicate his board. Matter of a few days, sir.
Guys to Mr. French.
Is that all?
Jody, an apology is the act of a real man.
Okay, I apologize. Goodbye, Jody. Write to me. Okay. But I don't write very good. All right. I don't read very good. Hi, Scotty.
Jody, what are you doing here?
Just hanging around.
What's in the suitcase?
Just stuff.
How come you brought your piggy bank?
I like to have it with me.
Maybe I better call...
Well, okay, call him. So I won't have to go out in the dark.
Jody, I have to punish you. Running away at night like that, who knows what might have happened to you, huh? You're not going to get to look at Captain Hippopotamus for a whole week. And Buffy, you got that? And that space helmet you wanted, that's out. Out. That clear? Now you get in that bed and you stay there. Why did he have to run away in the first place? And then I have to go and lose my temper. Now, what I should have done was discuss his problem with him first, you see. Any child expert will tell you.
It is neither cruel nor unusual.
The trip to the museum could have been educational, you know. Oh, but about kids, but I'm learning one thing. I've got to learn to control my temper. Now, he's probably in there crying his eyes out right now, and I feel like I heal. I just want to talk to you.
Talk?
Yeah, I lost my temper, and I think I was a little rough on you.
Rough?
Well, some of it. Feel better?
Don't you care what I grow up into?
What do you mean, don't I care what you grow up into?
It's about all those bad things I did.
Well, of course I didn't sock you, Jody. That's not the way we're going to settle things around here.
Peppino's father socks him. He wants Peppino. And that's how Peppino knows he loves him.
He does? Oh, well, I see. Well, Jody, now you're going to have to be patient with me while I learn how to do these things right. If I understand you correctly, you want that kind of reassurance from me so you'll know that I love you? Well, honey, neither do I. I didn't up till now. All right, Jody. The no trip to the museum was for giving away my sweater.
Right.
And for playing hooky.
Right.
And the no space helmet was for messing up French's chessboard.
What about running?
Oh, that was horrible. Real horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think up something real tough for that one.
Peppino's father made him clean up the whole storeroom.
Oh, that's not tough enough for guys like you and me.
How about no dessert?
Kid stuff. Ball I gave you?
I need to practice. You wouldn't take that back, would you?
Worse than that, Jody. Worse than that. Jody, I'm going to let all the air.
Yeah, please, no!
I have to do it, Jody. That way, maybe you'll remember not to run away again. Now, come here. Now, this is going to be for thinking for 1 minute that I don't love you. Are you ready?
Yeah. Good night, Uncle Bill.
Good night, Tiger.
Come on.
Why couldn't Murray come in and play?
I'll tell you why. Not urgently.
It's fun to be dirty. How come we can't play on the dirty sidewalks like Murray?
Civilized children.
What's civilized?
Clean.
And I don't want to be.
Now look, Mr. Davis is bringing guests home for dinner, and I have business to do in the kitchen, so go to your rooms and play. Go on.
Him every day. But we see Mr. French more than anybody else in the world. He is English. He has a beard. He understands a lot in music. And that is all I know about him. I suppose that is the most I know about anybody. Now that anybody really knows anything about other people. I mean, the real, deep-down insides of other people.
Follow it up.
Follow it up?
I'm willing to give you extra credit for writing a sequel about Mr. French. I'd like to know someone.
Gosh, it sort of scares me. Well, I mean, trying to get... If you knew him...
You won't do anything to hurt him or offend him. And perhaps he doesn't know how to reach you either. Perhaps he...
You know, I've often thought that we all would. Okay, Miss Elliot. I'll try. Mr. French. Where were you born?
London?
What part?
The
What
West.
did your father do?
Oh, he was in service, as was my grandfather.
What was your mother like?
The matter of my family tree should be of small interest. Forgive me, Miss Cissy.
Uncle Bill,
Mm-hmm.
how long have you known...
About 9 years.
Where did you meet him?
In London. I was working on a job over there. I met him and brought...
Well, I wrote a composition about him for English. You know, the more I think about it, I don't know very much about him.
What would you like to know?
Well, doesn't he have a first name?
I put it on a check every month. Giles. Giles French.
Giles?
Yep.
Not even his mother. Somehow, I get the idea that he was never a small boy. I think he always...
Maybe he did. Come to think of it, I don't know much about him myself. Never occurred to me. I see him every day of the week, too, except Thursday.
Where does he go on his day off?
Oh, how would I know? It's early in the morning, he comes back late in the evening. Same time every week. 9 years.
Gosh, 9 years sharing the same apartment. That's all you know about him.
Yep.
Well, positive as women.
Maybe we respect each other's privacy, too. But
Okay. This is right. I'll be right around here. Don't go too far, okay?
Good afternoon, Miss Davis.
Hello, Miss Faversham.
Oh, please.
Thanks. The twins are fine, too. Mr. French is fine.
Oh?
Mr. French is England. Did you know Mr. French back in England?
Yes.
Very well.
I would say so.
Well, a lot of stuff about him. Was he always so... well, so stiff? Do you know when he grew a beard? Was he ever married? Did he have any children? Romances? I mean, maybe you and Mr. French... You could have gone out on dates back there. Why, the two of you could have been in love and you wouldn't mention it.
Consider reticence a virtue. I'm sure your intentions are good, but it is subject. You see, Mr. French was very much in love.
He was? Would you tell me about it?
Certainly not.
Mr. French in love. Amazing! Imagine Mr. French being Romeo and Juliet. It's Mr. Withers. Go on ahead, Freddie. Mr. Withers, do you have a minute?
Certainly.
You and Mr. French are good friends.
Quite so. Considering that he is opinionated and difficult, not to mention stiff-necked.
Didn't you ever see something else underneath? Like a moment of warmth?
No.
Well, you must remember something. Something to show the inner Mr. French.
All of the same.
Well, like where does he go every Thursday?
I have no idea. I should consider that soon, Miss Davis. Wait. There was something once. I always wondered. Pub. Discussing the football matches. A fellow there recognized Mr. French from the old days in London. And he slapped Mr. French on the back and inquired about...
Who was old Bertie?
I haven't the foggiest. But I remember Mr. French's expression. He drew him touched off. I never mentioned it again, of course.
Old Bertie.
Old Bertie.
Yes, old Bertie. I was just wondering...
Suggested that you recall old Bertie.
Mr. Withers.
ask why?
I'm working on this composition for school.
What composition?
About you.
Me?
I had to write about somebody I knew. And I thought I knew about you. Only I don't.
It's inquired concerning your past history, your personal affairs back in Terre Haute. May I suggest a mutual exchange of privacy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Bertie.
Mr. French,
Huh?
you're ready for bed.
Oh, yes, to be sure. I'll be along and tuck you in presently.
Whose dog is that?
It's my own.
I used to have a cat that's head broke off. I like Mrs. Beasley better. Have you had the dog very long?
Very long time, souvenir.
What's a souvenir?
Something out of long, long ago.
Is he a friend of yours like Mrs. Beasley?
Precisely. Come, let's go to bed, Buffy.
Hi.
Am I interrupting anything?
No, come on.
Uncle Bill, I find out fascinating little bits and pieces about Mr. French, but they don't add up to anything. Well, it started as an assignment for extra credit. But now, I'm getting pretty curious.
When do you call an assignment like that? Private?
Composition to tell about a person I know. But all I found out is his name is Giles French. He was born in the West End of London. His grandfather was a butler. He was in love once.
She's in love. French?
Well, Mr. Withers said he was stubborn, and that when you asked Mr. French about somebody named Old Bertie, Mr. French...
Never heard him talk about anybody named Old Bertie. Well, now you know everything, don't you?
I don't know anything. Well, aren't you curious about who he was in love with?
No.
Or who was Old Bertie?
No.
Well,
No, I think you ought to stop for a minute and figure out whether you got the right to go sticking your nose into his private business.
yes, sir.
Hey, I got a wild idea. Let's you and me get down to the corner and get a chocolate soda.
It's Thursday.
I know. Let's live dangerously.
Hello, Freddy. Did you happen to notice a man just went in the house a few doors down?
I'm minding my own business. I got no time to be watching the neighbors. And as if he wants to go visit old Mrs. Allaby. Ah, I bet you he's English, like her. He stays on until...
Every Thursday.
Never misses. Freddy, you mustn't be nosy about other people.
9 o'clock on the dot.
Finds out he'll skin me alive.
Look, in this life, you have to take chances. Go on.
Mrs. Allenby?
Yes?
May I speak?
The door is unlocked.
I just wanted to ask a few questions concerning Miss French.
Mr. French?
Yes. He gave your name as a reference. Company for a credit card. Just routine.
Gave me as a credit reference? Won't you sit down, Miss?
Miss Jones.
Well, aren't you rather young to be making this sort of inquiries?
Yes, ma'am. I am young. My name isn't Jones. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm Cissy Davis, and I live with my Uncle Bill. Mr. French, I'm a very nosy little girl. You see, I started out to write a composition about people for school. Only, I didn't know anything about him, and nobody would tell me. Only, I should have minded my own business. I'm very sorry.
Miss Davis, have others delving into the past, reminding us of old hurts?
Yes, ma'am. I'll just...
Please, Miss Davis, don't go just yet. Would you care for tea?
No, no thanks.
I should answer your questions.
Really? Would you?
So that you will stop asking them.
Was he really in love?
In love? Oh, yes. A long time ago, Mr. French was my husband's valet in London. We had reverses and came to America. Died. Mr. French, too, came to America. And one day we met. I was quite lonely and bewildered. He was and is a faithful friend. Tidies my room, fills the cupboard, takes me out for a walk and to a lovely tea one day each week. He is the old family servant, and I am the lady of the house, and life is gracious again.
Mrs. Allenby, did you ever hear of Old Birdie?
How would you do?
Well, I have no idea of who he is, only that makes him flare up.
Well, I should think so. Birdie is a little cloth dog. Mr. French won it at Brighton. That's something like your Coney Island.
Why does it mean so much?
Because he won it for her. And she named it Old Bertie. The girl. The one and only girl. I never met her.
Were they married?
No. The blitz was on. Blown to bits. People just disappeared. And searched. But he never found anything except a little cloth dog.
Why didn't you just tell me to mind my own business?
Because I was afraid you would keep on the truth out of Mr. French, and that would hurt him very much. My dear, you and I have a sacred trust.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe I've grown up a little and can handle it.
Hi, Cissy.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
What you doing? Homework?
English composition.
About Mr.
This one is about somebody I know. Me.
That's nice.
I meant the part about girls being too curious and too romantic, respecting other people's privacy.
Like French says, privacy.
Privacy.
Hi.
Party. Sir, Master Jody has a large portion of pistachio ice cream in his hair.
Here.
He did it. monkey. Murray was bending over, and I pinned the tail on. Jody hit him, and Murray threw his ice cream cone at Jody.
Well, I guess it's just as well I went in his hair instead.
Yes, sir. Only Jody threw his chocolate cone at Murray, and it went all over the couch.
Sir, my prepared for such nonsense.
All right, Jody, you go get your clothes off. I'm going to put you in the washing machine, and we'll call up the lady and tell her. We'll get going.
With your kind permission, sir, I will retire to my room and meditate in silence.
Well, now you got me doing it. I wonder where he does go on Thursdays.
Oh, just be glad he's here the other 6 days.
I know Mr. French's first name.
You too?
It's Mister.
Would you mind saying that again?
I said I wondered if it wouldn't be a good idea if we rotated the seating arrangements at the dinner.
Well, Cissy means that she thinks we should change the places where we sit at the table when we eat every night.
Because then no one would ever dominate.
What's a dominate?
Sort of a boss. Are you trying?
Oh, well, you can't help it, Uncle Bill, but you're taller than us, and your voice is louder. All I mean is, if you're, then our puny personalities can never emerge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, French, we're going to start rotating tonight. I'll be here, and Cissy will be there, and Jody will be here, and then Buffy will be at the head of the table.
Very good, sir.
With the rest of the family.
I see, Miss Cissy.
I knew you would, Giles.
And Wally, factory.
Hey, me.
And the feathers flew and flew for miles all around.
Is that because
No, it was because he was a big, fat, heavy guy. And all he had to do to get home now was to cross over the Sea of Torres.
Did they live happily ever after? Sure, they always do.
Yes, well, come, children, time to retire.
I'll put them to bed, Giles. Come on, you guys.
Good night, Uncle Bill.
Come on.
How come they're putting us to bed, Sid?
We develop our sibling relationship.
Oh.
Come on, Bucky.
Indulging in what is known as a phase, sir.
I guess so, French. That's what all the table rotating's about.
The young lady to address us as Giles, sir?
She can't keep it up for long. Do you mind, really?
Apart from the fact that I've always...
I'm pretty sure she'll tell us what it's all about soon. Meantime, what harm can it do?
You mean a giant?
Well, Buffy, in the first place, there's no such thing as a giant, or a sea of tortoises, or a desert of dreams.
And how come Uncle Bill?
Oh, Uncle Bill feels that children should be told fantasies because they're not ready for life. But recent studies show that children realized. Julian says this is known as a precocious perception syndrome.
Well.
Oh, he's a great and wonderful man. So, when Uncle Bill tells you these stories, be polite and listen. But don't this is not reality. Okay, Jody, I'll put you to bed now.
Jody. About? Sure. Uncle Bill tells fibs.
Yes, sir. Oh, I hesitate to mention this, sir, but I have the distinctive passing through is taking a nasty turn.
Huh?
Yes, we had a lengthy discourse last night, sir, in which the...
What do you mean, French?
Well, I can't give you a verbatim quote, sir, but the general gist of the question of servitude bordering on serfdom. There was considerable quoting from a source called Julian.
Julie, French?
I fancy so, sir.
Well, what she wants you to do?
Oh, I am to assert myself, sir. Anyone on this planet. I believe that was the way she phrased it, sir. Yes, sir, and I'm not to address her as Miss Cissy, if I feel so inclined. And, oh, yes, sir. And last, I am not to pepper my conversations with sirs.
Looks like this Julian, whoever he is, has started her thinking. I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
No, of course not, sir. Are we to ignore the procedure?
I read somewhere the best way to get close to kids is to stay away from them.
Sissy, in the first grade, say there is too such a thing as a giant. Dr. Bolsover says he's got what it Butcher said he just went out for a walk.
You should know that Miss Cissy is preparing your dinner with the doubtful aid of the twins.
How'd that come about?
Well, in place would soon pass, sir. I allowed the young woman into my domain, so to speak, and she's now preparing what she fondly believes to be your chops.
Well, I guess I can't kill steaks and chops.
Yes, sir. I'm up again.
Now what?
Well, I'm to retire to my quarters while you're being served dinner and,
Dinner is served. Here we are, Uncle Bill. I cooked them well done because only savages eat their meat raw.
These were gonna be baked potatoes, but they kept falling on the floor. So we...
What do you got in the bag?
Donuts. I can't eat steaks and chops when they look like that. Me.
Give you a nice feeling to know that Mr. French is in his room with his feet up.
Uncle Bill.
All right, kids. Oh. No story?
No thanks, Uncle Bill. Cissy says you don't mean to, but you keep telling us fibs.
Sir, I've just been informed by Miss Cissy that I'm to wear slacks.
Would you be more comfortable?
I would perish, sir. May I suggest that the young woman is misguided? Oh, I know she means wear slacks out of her savings, but really, sir, as a former employer used to say, one doesn't put bear grease on the tracks to speed the train along.
I mean,
I never knew, sir, but it always seemed apt. May I suggest, sir, that a strong talk in Miss Sissy's direction is indicated too far?
right. You're right. Oh, thanks. I'll handle this one alone.
Oh, very good, sir.
If we have a little talk.
Oh, I'd be glad to, Uncle Bill. I think one of the things we need around here is more communication. Julian says that living.
Well, listen, did you mention anything to the twins about me telling them fibs?
No, Uncle Bill.
They got mixed up.
She just says there's no such thing as a sea of beams and a turtle desert.
What did you tell them, honey?
Well, simply that you've been fantasizing, Uncle Bill, and that we're not to give the stories.
Does that mean there is a turtle desert?
Okay. Don't mind if I say that I think you're using some words and theories that you're not quite sure of.
Oh, I want you to say it, Uncle Bill. It's all Julian would want you to, too.
Honey, I never have tried to horn in on your... Right now, I think this Julian's kind of a big influence on your life.
Julian stands in front of the class and he tells us about life and the world and human relationships and
Clear teacher, Julian.
Only in her head.
Buffy, if you don't stay out of this, you're going to get in big trouble.
I won't call Julian a teacher, Uncle Bill, because he's bigger than that. He has a stamp of greatness about him. Like her. Or Cary Grant. You'd love him, Uncle Bill. I think you'd even understand most of the things he...
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we had a little talk, honey. Mm-hmm. Good night.
Good night, Uncle Bill.
Good night, Uncle Bill.
Well, any results, sir?
French, I feel the need to communicate.
With whom?
Julian Hill. Mr. Hill?
Yes.
My name's Davis. I'm Cissy Davis's uncle.
Oh, yes, of course. I don't like to come to work to a shambles.
No, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Well, Cissy's quite taken into your subject.
Excellent student.
Thank you. See about it. What I came to see about is that Cissy's very anxious to start applying the psychology of yours at home.
Coordinated living, does it, Mr. Davis?
No, it wouldn't. That is, it wouldn't if I was applying what you teach her correctly.
Well, she communicates with you, Mr. Davis? I mean, does she tell you why she's doing whatever it is she does?
Who's crept into the situation now, see? And, I think she's developing one of those half hero worship, half...
For a minute.
Sure.
Nancy, you were about to say...
How'd you like to have dinner with us tomorrow night? Well, I thought it might be an excellent opportunity for you to watch some of your theories in action.
Oh, they're not my theories, Mr. Davis. I simply...
Oh, I see.
Yes, that would be nice. It's very kind of you to ask me.
In here?
Well, yeah, he seemed to like the idea.
Oh, but why? Why did you even go down to school?
Well, honey, I'm sorry. I just thought you'd like to get to know him better, that's all.
Well, I would. But I can't face him alone. Can Gail come to dinner, too?
Sure, anything you say.
Oh, Uncle Bill, I'm half goosebumps and half chills. This is going to be the...
Nice. Do we detect a method in your madness, sir?
Well, French, I'm hoping to Clay. I'm also hoping I haven't done something stupid.
Just let him in. Oh, I think I'm going to faint. What's he wearing? Dark suit. A dark suit.
Suit? Yeah. And it's choking me in the stomach. My stomach is tender. When Walter Paulsummer hit it, he didn't have a giant in his basement.
Okay, let's go. We'll talk about Walter and his giant later. Julian's waiting for us.
And therefore, you see, self-consciousness can be a dreadful thing. Because the truth beneath the welter of self-denigration, you see, it can't emerge.
Oh, I never heard anything so true, Mr. Hill. Me neither.
Sometimes isn't self-consciousness a form of self-esteem?
Sometimes, yes. But it's brought on, you see, through external forces so that the subject is never aware of his own importance to himself, you see.
Oh, me neither.
Me neither. What did he mean? I don't know, but it sounded neat.
The thought occurs, sir, that you might all enjoy coffee in the living room.
Thank you, Frank.
Isn't he just a perfect individual?
In what way do we expect Mr. Hill to show his feet of clay, sir?
I don't know, French. At school, he was so omitting things all the time. I guess I thought maybe... better get in there.
Sir. And much of it, I think, is due to conditioning, you see. Thus, the ancients were conditioned to much more brutality we read in the papers. These little tanks here, for instance, are conditioned. Now, they're conditioned traffic or attitudes or noises. It would frighten the hardiest Roman warrior to death.
The tyke? We are. We quit being tykes when we're about 13. Okay. Will you tell us a story, Mr. Hill? Hey, yeah. About school. No, about giants.
Look what they've done. Little monsters. Cream and sugar, that almost never comes out.
We're sorry we have some money in our piggy bank if you want to have it fixed. If it's less than a whole $1, you can give Cissy.
Well, it's a brand new suit. I didn't
mean to call you that. It just slipped out. A lovely evening, Mr. Davis. I think I'll be leaving. I can't stand a damp suit.
Real tough when your idol falls off its pedestal.
So vile. He made Buffy and Jody feel just terrible.
Oh, now come on. You're going too far the other way. Now, sis, I'll tell you something. Kind of sneaky of me, but I brought him here tonight on purpose. He's a good teacher. Yeah, he's a good enough guy. But he's a human, honey. Just, in fact, I was kind of hoping he'd do something like that. I'm a little sorry now.
Sorry? Oh, like a...
Oh, he yelled like a man that just had a hot cup of coffee dumped all over him. Like a man, one of the gods on top of the Parthenon. That's all I wanted to prove.
Uncle Bill.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong. I'm not so sure I handle this thing right either. Anyway, I want you to promise me you're going to go back to that class and learn from a teacher that knows his job and not from some hero that can't make a mistake, okay?
Mr. French says there is such a thing as a turtle desert and giants and junk. Is there, Uncle Bill?
Uncle Bill, I'm going to do like you said. Ask Mr. Hill how I should answer that. I'll tell you tomorrow night.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, Uncle Bill.
Good night, Uncle Bill.
Hi. Sorry about missing dinner. Are the kids going to bed?
I've only this moment assisted them into the... Oh, if you forgive me saying so, sir, I think you should.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll never be able to fly again. Until I get a license.
The poor flying kid. He'll get a license. Huh, Cissy?
Well, now, flying licenses weren't easy to get in seaweed country. Because almost no...
Hurry up, Cissy. Get him his license.
Well,
I'd say she's beginning to communicate, wouldn't you?
Indeed, sir.
Coming?
Oh, with your permission, sir, I should like to see how the flying goes.
Oh, hey, Jody.
Me not, Jody. Eagle.
Hi, little Eagle.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
Hi, how's my little girl?
Fine. You said just listen. Uncle Bill, when us Indians capture Mr. French, do we scalp his head or his cheek?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Oh, very good, sir. But, you. Ohio gozaimasu.
Ohio gozaimasu.
That's right, sir.
Got it. Mr. Masao ought to be impressed with that.
Mr. Davis.
Ignore him.
But how...
Oh, maybe it's just a phase. Wow. Ohio gozaimasu. Or should I say how? Kiko Davis-san. He likes it.
Oh, you like it? I'm very, very...
Very much. This monorail system, absolute best. How soon we leave for Tokyo?
All ready.
What are you doing? Me capture Paleface. Are you going to... Sure. Well, have fun.
We got it. We got it.
Oh, are you monorails?
Well, times have changed. No, I've got an obligation to those kids, and I don't like to be away all the time, that's all.
And take care of them while you're gone? And there are phones in Tokyo, you know. Well, you can even jet back and forth if you have to.
I know, but every time one of them has a problem, I'm off on the other side of the world someplace.
Problems? It's kids' stuff. Forgotten the next day.
Any more about them than I do.
Gosh, I'm sorry, Mr. French, but I'm...
Hey, indeed. Well, that young man would make even Geronimo take to the hills.
Hey, that's not fair.
I'm an Englishman, and we have a treaty with the Iroquois.
Bill, maybe I can take over your family problem here. Which one is it?
Jody.
Jody, he has a problem? Like what, trying to get in...
Oh, he thinks he's an Indian.
That's a problem.
Well, maybe the shock of losing his name, I don't know. He seems to be what they call it, retreating into a fantasy world.
All kids do that.
Game of pretend with Jody. It's just like he's trying to avoid reality altogether.
Okay, what do we do about it?
I could find something to do right here in New York.
Well, the only bid we have out is the Pennington Plaza job. And you know Pennington, or rather you know that...
Well, we got a fat chance of landing that old buzzard.
Anyway, what could you do if you did stay here? What could you do about Jody?
Ideas. Now, for openers, I'm going to take that home to him.
Hard.
Nope. Now he hears me talking about construction, and I think maybe I can kind of gently ease him back to reality, you know, give him something to hang on to. But it's going to take time.
I'll give you a call. I don't hold out much hope, but if I hear anything from Pennington, I'll call you.
Saturday, or it's going to be Madam Butterfly. Here I come.
Good afternoon, sir.
French, how's Jody?
Quite out of hand, sir.
Hey, Jody.
Me not Jody. Me Indian brave. Long Eagle.
Hi, Lone Eagle.
Hey, Uncle Bill. Fine. I just burnt down your ranch house. Captured Mrs. Beasley. You said you were gonna scout. Uncle Bill, when us Indians capture Mr. French, do we scalp his head or his chin?
Jody, listen. How would you like a job working?
Jody, look, a hat, just like Uncle Bill. I'm an engineer, a real engineer.
Wait a minute, just to keep the record straight, you're a...
Mrs. Beasley will like that. Now she won't have to get captured all the time. Now I can tear down this whole thing.
Yeah, Ed. Oh, okay, thanks, Ed. Goodbye. That's Ed Hastings down at the Journal. He says that the Owen Pennington Plaza job is boiled down to 2 outfits.
You should be ready to leave for Japan. Crumpler will underbid us. Crumpler underbids everybody.
Yeah, and everybody knows they cut corners, too. If I could get... I asked 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, you could talk to him if you could find him.
Where'd you send our bid?
Post office box, Grand Central Station.
An organization.
Dozens of them.
All right, one of them makes recommendations to him. They'd know how to get in touch with him, wouldn't they?
Owen Pennington, but Owen Pennington.
Doesn't he got an office?
In his hat. He uses payphones to contact his headquarters.
Miss Lee? Get me all the background material you can on Owen Pennington. Books, mag...
You know what you're going to find out? He's rich, powerful, old, and eccentric. He wears sneakers with it.
All right. Well, maybe I'll get a hint. That's all I want. Just a hint. Where I can find him. Before that...
And what did your teacher...
She made me take it off. Except at recess.
Well, a matter of simple good manners.
It was dangerous to take it off. Jody. You didn't really, Mr. French. Just pretend. I did so. It's just a...
We'll be able to park there tomorrow.
Mr. French, is it all right if I...
What are your plans?
I gotta go look for a job. I'm all finished tearing down this apartment and the school building.
Something more constructive.
Please, I won't get in trouble or break anything. I just want to tear down a few buildings.
Very well. You may go out and tear down anything you wish within the confines of this city block.
Huh?
And we're using extra steel here because of the increased stress factor.
Double it. I build to last forever.
I was wondering where to get in touch with you about some of these things, Mr. Pennington.
You don't. I get in touch with you. What do you want?
I'm looking for a job.
What do you do?
Tear down.
Where did you get that hard hat?
Uncle Bill. Us construction guys wear them so rocks don't fall on our head.
What's your name?
Jody, what's yours?
Owen. How long have you been looking for a job?
Long. Just finished that tunnel in Peru.
Oh, is that so?
And before that,
Oh, Canada.
yeah, I'm strong for just going on 7.
There ought to be a place for a man to work with me.
Okay.
What is that?
Changing my dinner jacket.
Oh, we dining out then?
Dinner with Ted Gaynor at the place called Manhattan League Club.
Oh, to be sure, sir. I'm preparing our wardrobe for Tokyo now, sir. Whether there can be... Oh, by the way, sir, shall we pack the ceremonial kimono?
Huh? Oh, no, listen, with any luck, Mr. Go to Tokyo.
Luck, sir?
It's Owen Pennington's club.
So, Mr. Pennington's so...
Landing the Pennington contract is the only way I can avoid going to Japan. How's Jody? You think he's coming?
No, sir, no, sir. I'm afraid he's taking the hard hat as seriously as the war bonnet.
Boy, what a great time to walk out on him.
Well, where have you been?
I had to work late.
You better march right in there and explain to Mr. Davis.
Mr. Finn says I report to you
Report what?
about my first day on the job.
What job?
The building down...
Jody, now we're going to have a little talk about the difference between pretend and reality. You know, the difference between make-believe and what's real. He's a toy, and you're a little boy, 6 years old, and you go to school. Now you're just pretending to be a construction worker.
10 cents. Real money.
Well, who gave it to you?
Oni. I help him.
Who's Oni?
My friend.
Oh, okay, Jody. Now you and your little friend play.
I'll remember it, but I won't believe it.
Pennington never showed up. Nobody there ever heard of him. I don't know why he bothers to pay his dues.
Well, I have better news, sir. I made a few... well, not quite, sir, but among others, I telephoned Miss Waldron. She's the upstairs maid to the Van Deventer, Mr. Pennington.
That figures.
No, sir, but she's heard her cousin mention him.
Well, that's just...
Yes, sir, but among other things, her cousin is a masseur at the Health First Club. And he said that Mr. Pennington takes a steamboat Tuesday morning.
2 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, sir. And it is now 1:35 a.m. Listen, sir.
French, steam or no steam, I'm going to track him down and I'm going to nail him. Thank you. Yeah.
See that building down the street? That's why I went right to the top.
That's nice.
But there's nothing to hang on to.
Jody, are you pretending now, or did you really go up in that elevator?
Part of my job.
No fooling?
Crossed my heart. Went right to the top.
Okay. We're gonna have to figure out some new kind of therapy, Jody. This sure isn't working.
But Uncle Bill, it's...
Sorry, you're a lone eagle Indian again.
Jody, you know better than to come to work without your hard hat.
I just came to tell you.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, but Uncle Bill took my hat away and said I have to be an Indian again. I don't know.
Is he mean to you?
No, he's a good guy.
I talked to him, just to make sure, huh?
Okay, but the last guy who looked like you, he gave a quarter to me.
We're relieved you're home, sir.
About what?
Well, a problem, sir. Jody brought a friend home for milk and cookies, and he insists that's their friends, and he claims the same right.
Well, he can bring his little friends home when he wants to. What's the problem?
But that is the problem, sir. He's...
Hi, Jody.
Uncle Bill, this is Oni.
Any friend of Jody's is always welcome.
See, Oni? He's a nice guy. Even if he...
Why did he take his hat away?
Well, I thought it was best.
He tells me that you go away.
Ah.
Uncle Bill's going to Tokyo in a couple of days.
Don't you think if you stuck around it...
Yeah, and maybe it can't be done. Or maybe you can tell me how.
Mind if I use your phone?
Hey, you really send him up in an open elevator?
He's in.
Yeah.
How could they? Listen, on the Pennington Plaza job, award the contracts to Davis and Gaynor. I've just decided.
You don't have to pay for the call, Mr. Pennington.
I always pay my own way, Mr. Davis.
I'd like to talk a little about... I'd like to tell you something about Davis and Gaynor first.
I'll bet I know more about... You tell your partner you and he meet me tonight at midnight. The usual place, Staten Island Ferry, on the bow. You and I are going to work together again someday, you know? Bye.
Bye.
Penny, sir. Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Uncle Bill, was it okay for me to bring a friend?
Yeah, it was okay. You're gonna have your hat back, too.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi, Jody.
You okay?
Sure.
Any problems?
None I can't handle. You were? Why? What are you pretending to be now? An Indian? Construction worker? Doctor.
I'm Uncle Bill. Watch.
Yeah, okay. I got a feeling we're all gonna be okay.
Like to finish dictating?
Yeah, in a minute. Miss Lee, you got any sisters?
One.
How old? Does she ever confide in you? I mean, does she come to you if something's bothering her?
Only if it keeps it to herself. And she says, don't worry. I worry.
I see. Yeah. I'm still pretty new at this parent business, you know. Give me a problem 1,000 miles away, I can usually take care of it. Give me a little plain old...
Why they had to have this bash on a Saturday night?
What's wrong with that?
Date night, silly. And who wants to waste it with their mother? Oh, she's getting in tomorrow afternoon. Isn't that something? She's cutting her trip short just to come to this thing tomorrow night.
I bet you're glad.
Yeah, sure I am. Guess I really do miss her after all.
Cissy? Oh, I forgot. Gee, I'm sorry.
Oh, I couldn't go anyway. My Uncle Bill gets back to town tonight. He'd want me to stay at home with him this weekend. Don't feel bad, Cissy. Next September is the father-daughter picnic. You can go to that. Of course I can, Susan.
Awful quiet around here. Where are the twins?
Oh, playing cowboys and Indians, sir.
I always thought that was a no...
Well, we've instigated a new approach to an old game, sir. We are a very fine, old, and little as no speakum, no yellum, silent Sioux Indian. We speak in sign language only. With 3 siblings, one has to use one's resourcefulness whenever possible.
Cissy home?
Yes, sir.
Everything all right?
I feel she's troubled about something, sir.
Well, I'll have a little talk with her. What's on the schedule for tonight?
Oh, reserving the evening for the young Italian ladies, sir. Miss Cantelli. Dinner at the Red Crown. We thought...
Excellent. Oh, you better repack. I have to be in Mexico City tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I see.
I'm glad you're home.
Thank you.
We need another Indian.
No, thanks. Not right now. I'm kind of tired.
Uncle,
How you do, Mrs. Beasley?
she doesn't like playing Indians. She says it's too rough.
I have intelligence. Now, where's Cissy? In her room?
Think so.
Okay. I'll go get her and we'll have some cookies and milk out on the terrace.
Okay, come on, Jody.
Out there?
Milk and cookies.
Cissy?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Well, you got any big problems?
None.
How's everything in school?
You gonna be home a while this time?
Mexico City tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow? At least I'll get to see you tonight.
Sure, for a while. I got a date later.
Hello? Oh, hello, Freddie.
Come on out when you get through. Oh, listen, I just changed my mind about tonight. You call Miss Cantelli, tell her I can't make it, stay home. I'm getting kind of worried about Cissy.
This is a wonderful puzzle, Uncle Bill. Want to help us with it?
No, thanks. I'm working on a little puzzle of my own. Well, don't you look pretty? Where are we going?
Well, I thought as long as you had a date, Uncle Bill, that...
Oh, yeah. Well, Okay, go ahead. Have a good time.
Bye. Bye, kids. See?
Night, honey.
Uncle Bill, if Cissy marries Freddie, will he be our uncle or our brother?
Well, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that for a long time. Right for your call.
No, sir.
Let me get dressed.
Yes, sir, but we have a better suggestion, sir.
What's that?
Miss von Holtzburg, sir. If you recall, she was...
Yeah, no, I don't want to bother with the language barrier tonight. Just call Miss Gonzalez.
Sir, what about Miss Larrabee, sir?
French.
Yes. Must we, sir?
Why not?
Well, sir, when we called her to break the engagement, less than cordial.
That's my fault. I should have called her myself.
Telly here.
Maria? This is Bill Davis. Hi.
Uncle Bill, you must have gotten home early.
Yeah, did you have a good time?
Sure. Will I see you before you leave tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I'll come home before I go to the airport.
Well, good night.
Hey, what's wrong? I know there is something.
Uncle Bill, nothing is wrong. Nothing at all.
Sleep tight.
Good night.
Tickets for Mexico City, Mr. Davis. You leave at 6 this evening, flight 47. Oh, and Mr. Gaynor called. He said to remind you that it was imperative that you leave tonight. Your conference with the Bureau of Reclamation is set for tomorrow morning. Like to finish dictating?
Yeah, in a minute. Hey, have you got any sisters?
One.
How old is she?
50.
Do you ever confide in you? I mean, does she come to you if something's bothering her?
Only if it's unimportant. If it's important, she keeps it to us. Don't worry. I worry.
I see.
Cissy?
Yeah, parent business, you know. Well, give me a problem 1,000 miles away. All I need is a slide rule and some facts, and I can usually take care of it. Ordinary problem in simple human relations right here at home, and I'm lost. Well, where were we? About the thing about the levels? Fulls, gauges to measure pressure.
Saluto. Maria Cantelli here.
Come in here, come in.
Not interrupt.
You do, but it's the kind of interruption I like. Miss Lee? Miss Cantelli?
How do you do?
Nice to know you, Miss Cantelli.
Surprise, I must say.
Mr. French, tell me you leave this afternoon on a long trip.
That's right.
I could not let you go so far away without an apology.
Apologize about?
I did not mean me, I mean you. You stand me up, you apologize. Start all over again.
Okay, I apologize. Hear that. Say, my plane goes at 6 o'clock.
I drive you to the airport, right?
Okay, airport.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I got about 10 minutes more work to do, and then I'll knock off, all right?
Not escape.
Who wants to do that? Hey, what's going on?
Billy.
Listen. I don't want to leave again, and I know something's bothering you. What are you so unhappy about? Not going to tell me?
You couldn't help. It's nothing serious. Nothing I shouldn't be able to handle myself.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Now, after I leave, I'll have French take you out shop. You buy yourself a real pretty dress or something where you'll feel better.
I have more clothes than I need.
Now, it's got...
No.
Okay, Cissy.
I'll be all right, Uncle Bill. Take good care of yourself and hurry back.
You bet. We got plenty of time before the plane goes.
I'm glad we...
Till lunch while I check in.
You will not disappear.
Fat chance. Give me 15 minutes, will you?
If you are not back in 15 minutes...
Mr. Davis? Hi. Meeting my mother. She's getting in from Paris in a few minutes.
Oh, I didn't even know she was gone.
Well, she was supposed to be gone another week. But when I wrote and told her the mother died early, I told her she didn't have to, but...
Wait a minute, what's that mother-daughter dinner? What's that?
At school tonight. It's an annual thing. Big dinner. Didn't Cissy tell you about it?
No, she didn't.
That's funny. She's having...
Sketches.
Sure, from our class. One of them's up for an award. She's good, you know.
I know.
I get... After all, you don't really look much like a mother. Oh, there's mine. Gotta go, Mr. Davis. See you around.
Bye, hon.
Mother-daughter dinner. Yes, sir, it is a shame.
Sure, she's been thinking of her mother. It's only time like this she's really feeling it.
Well, perhaps when you return, sir, you can make it up to her.
No, it'll be too late then. She's feeling lonely. With me taking off, she probably feels deserted, too. Now, French, there's no way I can get out.
Yes, sir? Oh, I will, sir. Yes, right away, sir.
It is a very long 15 minutes. So I come and get you.
Yeah, Maria, look, I'm awfully sorry, but...
Oh, no.
Break the dinner date again.
Why?
Well, I didn't know about it before. See, I just found out they're having a mother-daughter dinner at the high school. Mother, it looks like it. It's for Cissy, my niece. You know? Oh, no, you don't know her.
Goodness. Perhaps the same one you were so busy with last night.
That's right. Explain it to you any other way, but I've just got to have dinner with her tonight. Believe me, under any other set of circumstances, I'd love to have you join. Oh, Cissy is. But see, if you were here, then she knew I had a date with you, and if you were here, she'd feel like she was intruding on us, you know, and I want to make just for her.
Perhaps I see you again sometimes when you're not so busy with nieces and mother-daughter dinners. Ciao, Bill.
Oh, Uncle Bill.
Hey, Cissy, what are you doing here?
Well, Mr. French said that you forgot this letter, and it was terribly... I was afraid the taxi wouldn't make it.
Oh, that letter. Yes, that's very important. Thank you.
Well, I guess I better get back. The taxi...
Cissy, have you had dinner yet?
No. I'm not very hungry.
Well, how about having a little bite with me anyway? There's a nice restaurant right upstairs.
They serve dinner on the plane, Uncle Bill?
Well, sure, they serve dinner on the plane. I can eat with a bunch of strangers anytime. Tonight, I want to have dinner with... Okay?
Okay. This is a beautiful little room, Uncle Bill.
Sometimes I feel like I spent half...
I always thought that you could hear the planes taking off and landing. It's so quiet. You'd never know we're in an airport.
Could be just about anywhere. Little restaurant in Rome, bistro in Paris.
The place doesn't matter, Uncle Bill.
That's right.
Gosh, all of a sudden And when I was 12, I wanted to be a nurse.
What do you want to be now that you're an old hag?
An artist.
Painter?
Sketching. I like to sketch scenery. People.
Can you draw a picture just like that?
Yeah.
How about a demonstration? Draw a picture of me. That'll be a challenge.
Okay.
Here, you can use some characters. Use that.
Well, Uncle Bill.
Use the envelope. You know, Picasso might have started this way.
There you are.
Well, that's... you kind of flatter me, don't you?
That's how you look to me.
Thank you. Hey, keep this.
It's not that good.
Well, it is to me. I work with a lot of guys always bragging about their kids, and they're telling me about how talented their daughters are, so now I've got something to show off about my daughter, too. Did I say daughter?
Yes.
You mind?
No.
Well, we're feet.
Mr. French?
And Mr. French.
Sometime uncrude about tonight.
I better get going.
She went so fast.
What a surprise.
Well, Maria Cantelli, what are you doing here?
I just happened to be seeing off an old friend. I thought this must be your lovely niece.
Yeah, that's Cissy. Honey, this is Miss Cantelli.
Oh, how do you do, Miss Cantelli?
You are leaving on a trip, Bill?
Loading up right now. Cissy's not going.
Oh, well, then I am in luck. I do not have to have coffee alone. May I sit down with you, Cissy?
Oh, well, sure.
And perhaps we will see each other soon?
Definitely, yes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
From now on, I trust you.
Thank you.
To a certain extent.
Oh, thank you.
I can believe about your mother-daughter dinners. So, I get her to tell me all about it. And then tonight, perhaps, I am her mother?
She'd appreciate you suggesting it, but she wouldn't go for it.
Oh, she won't?
Yeah. No, it doesn't count unless it's a real mother. Or else... Got it.